Welcome back to another episode on Anxiety Doesn't Own Me podcast. My name is Emmanuel Isaacson, and I'm an anxiety coach who helps people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally. On today's episode, guys, what I want to talk about is the positive things, the good things about anxiety strugglers, because a lot of us, whenever we're struggling with anxiety, or even in general, our families, our friends, or people that are around us, they're always negative and they're always kind of putting us down. And we never hear anything good about us. And I've realized this even personally with myself. And even when I started to do sessions with people, I would realize and I would tell them, anxiety people, they have certain good things about them. And whenever I tell them the certain things that are good about anxiety strugglers, they're kind of shocked. And I understand why. Because we're always been feeded and we're always been told oh, what's the big deal? It's just anxiety. You're weak. Just get over it. I don't understand. Or even before the anxiety, we've been told and focused on the negative things about us and never told us anything good. And this really affects us, especially when we're struggling with anxiety, because we're very sensitive. And especially when someone tells us, oh, what's the big deal? You have nothing to be afraid about. You are safe. You're in a safe place. You have nothing to be worried about. Why are you so stressed out? Or why do you have anxiety? Just get over it. It makes us feel like shit. It makes us feel like crap. And it makes us feel guilty. Oh yeah, why am I feeling this way? Why do I have anxiety? For what reason? I shouldn't be having this. They're right. No, that's not correct. It's not, because I can guarantee it, if they went through what you're going through, they wouldn't say that. Because it's not something we just shut off automatically. Okay, I don't want to have anxiety. No, it's not like that. It's not something that we can control. It's right now, our sympathetic nervous system is just haywired and we're trying to heal ourselves. So that's not really realistic and it's not going to help us to feel good. And I just wanted to make this episode to show you guys there's good things about you. There's good things about anxiety strugglers. It's not all bad. And we want to focus, guys. We want to focus more on the good things about us and about having anxiety than the negative, because the negative isn't really helping you. If you realize that negativity isn't helping you whatsoever, it's making you feel worse. It's creating more anxiety. It's putting more stress and more pressure to try to get out of the situation because you shouldn't be in the situation. And again, I always say about the shoulds. Forget about the shoulds. The shoulds have there's no realistic expectation to the shoulds. Oh, you should be here in this certain time in life. No. There is no should of where you should be. That should is just putting more pressure on you. So even with this situation, when we're struggling with anxiety, forget about the shoulds and let's start focusing more on the positive things and the good things about anxiety strugglers. So here are some good things about anxiety strugglers. And guys, afterwards, if you want to add something that you've thought about that I have missed, please share that so other people can benefit. Whenever they hear this episode, they can look at the comments and everything and see what people add. So if you have something, please add it on the bottom that I haven't spoke about or I missed so that other people can see that for themselves as well. So here are some good things about anxiety strugglers. Number one, we are fighters. If you realize your entire life you have been fighting. We are fighters and we handle so much. We put on ourselves so much. It shows, by the way, how strong we really are. We really are powerful people. We're not weak at all. We are actually powerful humans that were able to handle so much. Yes, of course, right now we went through something and our body can only handle so much, but we overdid it. That's the thing. But we are fighters. That is the thing I've realized about anxiety strugglers. We do not give up. Even if we are down and out, we are fighting. No, we shouldn't be this way. The should is a good thing and a bad thing, but again, we don't want to put pressure on ourselves. It's good if we use it for motivation and inspiration. And okay, you know what? I should be here, but let's not put pressure on myself and let's feel down. Then it's a good thing that we say that because we know we're able to move forward. So we are fighters, which is a good thing. It's an amazing thing to have that because we need to be a fighter, number one, to get over this thing. And number two, to also in general in life isn't easy. So if you're a fighter, you are able to handle a lot more things. Another thing is that we are super aware. We are aware, self-aware. We are aware of people around us, of what they are, like their body language, of what they're doing and how they're acting. We are so detail oriented on that. We're so aware of like people saying certain things. We pick up on it, and sometimes we may pick it up in a negative way, and we need to maybe change that to more positive, regardless of what they are intending, just for our own sake, to make ourselves feel much better. But the amazing thing about anxiety struggles, we are super aware. We are aware about our surroundings. This is why whenever you have anxiety, you're always looking around. You're looking for the exit in your public place. Okay, if something happens, this is an exit, that's an exit. Because anxiety, of course, makes you aware. So we are super aware, and that can come really in handy, and they can make you, by the way, whenever you're super aware, your memory can be very strong. That's another good thing, by the way. Your memory, my memory today is on point. Yeah, it can be 100%, but my memory, even whenever I was going through anxiety, it was crap, and it was just like shot. I didn't remember anything because, again, I was just thinking about anxiety. But once you overcome anxiety and you work on yourself, your memory becomes much stronger. And my memory has become amazing. Like, I can remember things. Again, I can remember like certain to like for example, like, let's say I put something somewhere. I remember exactly what it is, where it is. I remember where I put it. You know, so I put it in that way. If somebody told me something, I'll remember what they said me. Or like, something happened. Like, oh, you remember this and this happened? Do you remember that? They're like, oh, wow, I completely forgot about that. If I read something, I need to review it a few times just to remember it. But again, my memory has improved tremendously because of that. Because of the awareness, I'm able to remember things because I'm focused on certain things. But you realize whenever you have anxiety, what are you doing? You're focusing on that. You're focusing on your fears, and you remember your fears. You remember that thing. You remember what freaked you out. You remember what triggered your anxiety because of that focus that you have. So if we're able to change the awareness to other things, to more positive things, you'll able to remember that as well. So that's another two good things about people with anxiety. Another thing is that we have a lot of empathy towards people. We understand pain like nobody else. We understand when somebody struggles through something. Like, we understand what they're going through. Like, when somebody tells me they're going through certain struggles in life, like, because of the pain that we experience, or me personally, what I experience, I have more empathy toward that person because I understand what they're going through. Because some of us are going through hell, and some of us went through hell, so we understand what pain is. So we're very empathetic towards other people. We care. We have a big heart. We have a big heart. We are givers and we are carers, and we don't want to see other people hurt. I remember I was watching this movie with my wife. I forgot the name of the movie. I think it was... you see my memory over there. It was a few years ago, and I didn't like this movie. And I told my wife, the reason why, by the way, I didn't like this movie is because of the guy, she was married to somebody, to an amazing person, and she ended up cheating on her husband. And she went out with this other guy, and this other guy was abusing her mentally, emotionally, physically. And whenever I see abuse, I can't watch that movie. And I was angry for 3 days. Like, whenever I see that, I got angry. I was like, told my wife, I was angry for 3 days. I told my wife, I don't want to watch these movies ever again. I can't handle it. Like, I feel bad for that person that's getting abused. Like, all I want to do is hurt the other person for doing that to the other person. Like, why are you doing that? It's not right. It's messed up. You're causing pain. Even when I see people doing things to children, like abuse to children, I'm like, why? Like, I remember this famous, I don't know if she's a YouTuber. She was a really big YouTuber, and what she was doing to her, she had like 8 kids, if I'm not mistaken. 8 kids, and she was abusing all her kids. But on YouTube, everything was fine. Everything was fine. And I know you guys don't want to hear this. I know that you guys don't want to hear this. I know that. But like, I just want to show you how we have such empathy, and we have such care. We have such a big heart towards other people, and we don't want other people to get hurt. We don't want other people to get abused or anything like that. So we're very caring people. Another thing, guys, is that we're very emotionally intelligent. We understand people's emotion. We understand how emotion... Well, right now you may not understand how emotion works, but once you do, you'll grasp it pretty easily. Like, you'll understand how people feel, and you'll You have this intelligence. There's like someone smart intellectually. We're smart with our emotions. Like today, I know how to handle emotions. I know how to handle. I understand my emotions. You also understand your emotions. And today, I understand my emotions tremendously. Also with my daughters and my kids, which is amazing. And also with my relationship with my wife. Even that's hard. It's hard whenever you're married. You have certain arguments and this and that, but you have to know how to handle the emotions and what to say and how to say it. And there's certain things to know what to do in the right way, and also to understand emotions to the other person, where they're coming from. To understand, understand their emotions as well. It's not only about you. So we have that intelligence about emotions. We pick it up. Like for my daughter, for example, who's 2 years old, she's very emotional. She is very emotional, and I like whenever she is crying for no reason, like let's say she wakes up from a nap, I will just sit there with her and just hug her until she stops crying, and I will just like rub her back and help her to calm down and let her be, let her quiet out. And sometimes it gets annoying, but like I say to myself, like, I don't understand, like she just woke up or she's like very emotional right now, and she's able to express her emotions. I'm there and like showing, like, you know what, it's okay to express your emotions. And even later on in life, I'm gonna be able to I'm gonna show them, like, it's okay to express your emotions. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to show that you're hurt. It's okay to like express yourself, and that there's nothing wrong with it. So guys, I want you to understand that anxiety strugglers, there are good things about us, and it's not all bad. People are just focusing on not even on our bad. It's more focusing on what they see, because that's what they see. They only see about themselves the negative, so they'll see somebody else's negative. But if someone sees their positive in themselves, they will be able to see other people's positivities. You understand? So like whenever they're telling you bad things and whenever they're trying to make you feel down, it's because they do that to themselves. And that's what they know. So it's in a way, it's a projection of what they're used to for themselves to do towards somebody else. And we shouldn't take their word or their opinion as fact. We have to look at the other side, the positive side, the good side about us, and take that opinion and put that as a fact, because that's going to help us out at the end of the day. If you did like this episode, please click the like button and leave a 5-star review. The reason why I ask is because this way we're able to reach more people, and the more people that we can actually reach, the more people that we can actually help. Because my mission in this world, my purpose is to help people to overcome and heal their anxiety naturally and show them that it's possible to overcome. Thank you guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.